Hi, what's up? We're continuing our exploration of the taste of paste. They're putting up end of decade lists pretty consistently now. I don't know how many more I'm going to be interested in reading, but best board games is quite intriguing. I don't really know all that much about board games. I have some friends that are quite into them, and occasionally I'll come over and play. I enjoy playing board games. I don't really enjoy like learning how to play board games. I always find that kind of just stressful and kind of tedious, but there's a few that like once I've kind of got into them and started to figure out how to play them well and strategically, I really enjoy them. So it's like I want to be better. I kind of like the idea of reading things like After School Dice Club and just like learning how to play board games ahead of time. um, yeah, so I'm gonna be pretty happy if I've heard of any of these. Uh, yeah, it's pretty interesting just how board games blew up in the last 10 years. Hmm. It's as comprehensive as I can make it. Still some highly regarded games from this decade I haven't played. That's a nice acknowledgement. I mean, this kind of goes without saying for most lists, but I think people try to make these lists as if they could be ultimate arbiters, as if they could actually take in the entire medium within the decade. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is just one person's list, one person's personal list, I guess. This Keith Law, who looks like they do mostly board games for Paste Magazine. This one sucks, apparently. This one not so good either. This one, okay. Maybe it'll make the list. I don't know. Wow, 10 out of 10 for this one. I've actually played this board game before. Uh, Simple, easy to learn mechanics. Disagree. It took us a long, long time to play, and like by the end, we still felt like we were making mistakes in terms of how it worked. So I guess this will make the list. This is one I've played. Okay, we're doing okay so far. Yeah, they loved it, I guess. I don't know. I found it hard, very hard. Okay, let's check it out. Broom service. Oh, you get to play as witches. Cute. Yeah, sure. Hmm. Yeah, that sounds fine. Fun. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be able to get out of this list in terms of. I mean, it looks fine. Until you actually like learn the details of the game, it's very hard to tell. But this looks cute. I guess I can say that. I like these little witch tokens. Welcome to Flip and Write games, where players flip cards from a shared deck, then each player writes something on their own score sheet. What? What? But like, what is the thing? Hmm. Okay. All right. That sounds fine. I don't really understand this flip and write, twist on roll and write. Yeah, I don't know like either of those. I don't really get, but whatever. Looks like big luck component maybe, but then it's kind of strategic preparation for a spread of lucky possibilities. Okay. Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar. Oh my gosh, it has gears. Are we really gearing up here? Oh my, okay, this one looks insane. Heaviest or most complex game on this list. Oh my gosh. Covered with interlocking gears that turn each other around. Wow. So it's like a worker deployment game. I've played a few of these before. I think it's like a kind of fun way to go about a game, and it really makes good use of having a big board to play on. You know, you're putting your workers down. Like Agricola is one I've played before that I think is a good example, or Power Grid, Power something. I think the issue I have is like basically every turn you're deciding how you're going to spend this limiting factor of your workers, these resources. And it's like an easy game that you just build up regret. Like it's just regret every turn that it's not like you couldn't have done something else. It's not like you couldn't have put your workers wholeheartedly into some other element of the game and scored a lot better. So you're just kind of left with this feeling of like oh, the past 5 turns were all mistakes, you know? I don't know. It's kind of different than something where you're kind of like drawing cards, you only have so many opportunities, you can't really blame yourself for everything. Hmm. Alright, seems cool. Whistle stop. Oh, well, this looks cute. I wish it was like a full spread of the game like these other pictures were, because I can't really tell what's going on here, but there's trains. I like trains. Ticket to Ride games, I've played those before. Yeah, I guess. A little more sophisticated train game. Sure. Yeah, that sounds nice. I like that board games seem so much more diverse than video games in terms of most popular video games being like coming up with ways to kill other people, and most popular board games being a gigantic mishmash of different experiences and different ways of interacting that many of them are kind of non-combative. Many of them don't have anything to do with being aggressive or trying to deny other players. Typically, there is some elements of kind of deep metagaming that you have to play conscious of what your opponents are doing, but they can be even full-on cooperative. I don't know. Just mostly it's the aesthetics, right? Doesn't it sound a lot nicer to build a bunch of trains with your friends than to de destroy each other? Maybe, maybe, I don't know. Gizmos, I don't know what the heck is going on here. Oh, Sushi Go. I've played Sushi Go before. That's a lot of fun. It's like a drafting game. It's very easy. It's just scoring mechanics. There's no like gameplay part. It's just like drafting, and then you get points based on how you drafted. I think that's quite a lot of fun. Huh. Sure. It's an engine building game. So I guess you're putting the string of cards together, which does something. Okay. Terraforming Mars. Looks like a card game. Yeesh. I don't know, man. I guess it's because I grew up with Magic cards. Because to me, in my mind, a card game is Magic the Gathering. But I look at cards like this that have 1, 2, 3. Like some of these I can infer pretty easily. This is some sort of cost to play in gold. This is maybe where you can deploy it. This is the card type, perhaps. This is like for every tile you have. Oh, each time a city tile is played, including this, increase your gold production 1 step. So that's nice. That's actually written out. It's not just symbols. This, I guess, is maybe some upkeep cost of both energy and 2 of the gold, M euros or whatever. Decrease your energy production 1 step and decrease your M production 2 steps. Place a city tile. Oh, okay, so this just spells... I'm actually so impressed. Normally, card games, besides Magic the Gathering, don't spell anything out. They have so many symbols, so many things that you're supposed to just connect totally visually, when it would be so much easier just to include a small paragraph that tells you what the card does. There's a kind of a flavor text here, which reflects perhaps the mechanics of the card, and then also kind of the philosophy you might have for choosing to play it. I really like that element of board games, that you can play both totally utilitarian and try to win, or you can kind of act out your own personal aesthetics, your own personal philosophies in the way you choose to play the game. Like, I like playing board games pacifistly. Even games that have some sort of player versus player direct conflict type mechanics, I usually ignore those. Like in Seven Wonders, I am definitely not the military building type. But I don't know, like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with these cards. So again, cost maybe, deployment area or type of deployment. This is like, increase your 5 steps, 1 victory point for every 3rd city in play. Okay, so yeah, this is a little more explanatory than most of these other card games I've seen. I feel like I've been able to puzzle out how it works a little. One of the most complex story games of the decade. One of the most unreadable books I've ever read. What do you mean, even though? Doesn't that follow? That an unreadable book would produce a complex strategy game? Hmm. There isn't much... Oh, I thought for a second this said there isn't any, and I was about to be blown away that a card game could have no random mechanics. Alright, this seems fine. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what other sort of card type games. I'd say card type games are the ones that I'm most familiar with and most kind of critical of. Like I kind of have the best sense of kind of how they ought to work. Again, just because I've followed Magic for so long and I've seen so many other card games kind of rise and fall in the shadow of Magic. Of course, a board game card game where it's just a pre-packaged set of cards and not a collectible card game where people are making their own decks are very, very different beasts. But a lot of the sensibility of the mechanics carry over. Like if cards and resources are in this kind of interplay, I think there's certain mechanical truths that will always fall out of a game like that, that will always end up being produced by it. And so I feel like there are overlapping things on which you can kind of judge them and speculate on them. The mind. What in the world is this? Cooperative game where you can't talk to the other players. A single deck of cards that runs from 1 to 100. Must play the cards in one pile of ascending order. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, this sounds really, really intense. It's the only thing that's close to this that I've played is Hanabi, a fireworks themed game where your hand is facing outwards. Other people can see your hand of cards, but you can't. And then you have to help players deduce what's in their hand based on making kind of general statements about what you can see. It's a lot of fun, very interesting. This one seems much more psychological. You can't communicate at all. You just have to read somehow what other players are going to do. The aesthetic is kind of creepy. Let's become one. Weird, 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 weird. Interesting. Oh, Patchwork. I haven't played this, but this was on After School Dice Club. Nice, nice. Set off the Tetris games in board gaming. What? Is that something happening? Enough to make Dostoevsky blanch? Is that not Dostoevsky blush? And why would you say Dostoevsky and not Tolstoy? Tolstoy is the one that's known for very, very long books. Dostoevsky mostly wrote like kind of typical novel-length stuff, with a few exceptions. Brothers Karamazov is quite long. Demons is quite long. But The Idiot, I think, is around average. Crime and Punishment, I think, is quite short. Who cares? This game is cool. I'd like to play it. It looks a lot of fun on After School Dice Club. It looks pretty easy to learn, but very strategic. A lot to love. I'm very curious about this Tetris craze in board gaming. As a kid, I played a lot of a game called... Oh, yes, Blockus. I think this game is super cool. I don't know about this Blockus Trigon. I just played OG Blockus like this. It's pretty neat. Very simple. You just have to put down your pieces corner to corner. You're not allowed to touch side to side with your own pieces. And you have to just put down as many pieces as you can. You're all taking turns. So you're trying to aggressively block off other territory. You're trying to figure out good combinations to fit all of your pieces. Like I can tell you right now, all of these players are terrible. I don't know if I'm like particularly good, but the people playing this game don't know what they're doing. This is maybe a little better. You can see it's all about like getting into the opponent's territory. I guess this one is like pretty early stages of the game. They could still improve. This is what a late game should look like. A little more. This person doesn't know how to play at all. And this is like actually kind of hilarious to me, how much these rules have been misunderstood. It becomes a trivial game if you're allowed to touch side to side of your own color. What in the world? Same with this person! This isn't how you play the game! How are you having fun playing like this? Why not just start in the corner and then tile everything? Like, that's not hard. This is like an endgame state. You can see it looks really cool at the end, too. Just aesthetically, I think. The mix of colors and stuff. I would say yellow played well. Blue, I guess, actually fully ran out of tiles, which is impressive. Yeah, blue played really well. Okay, we gotta move on. Istanbul. Ooh, a great midweight strategy game with a modular board. Hmm. What? Okay, I don't really understand it, but it sounds fun in terms of the story of the game and the aesthetics of the game. But I have no idea how this actually plays. But sure. Kodama, the Tree Spirits. Hey, look at that! They just tell you what the card does. Nice! Look at that! Not a whole just bunch of symbols in all 5 different dimensions. Hmm. I'm gonna call this an exaggeration, but sure. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I like that. That's actually pretty cool. So it's more about how it visually looks than each card having like a really defined mechanical space they can be overlapped or whatever. Oh, that's neat. I like this. It's kind of artsy. King of Tokyo, I've heard of this. It's by Richard Garfield, who of course made Magic the Gathering. It looks interesting. The aesthetic seems kind of fun. Uh, sure. So you can knock players out straight up. Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's mostly a kids game, is what it's implying here. He's made quite a few kids games. There's another one about like a rabbit kingdom or something that I've heard is good. Yeah, I'd like to try playing this. Charterstone. This is not a helpful picture, but whatever. One of the entirely new. Oh, so Legacy, that's a board game that every time you play it, you affect all the future playings of the game. Some of them are like campaign style, you just keep playing the game and advancing through new content until you like beat the whole thing. Like I think Pandemic Legacy is like that. Or actually, wait, maybe Pandemic is always this kind of campaign, multiple sessions type game, and then Pandemic Legacy was like that plus you changed the rules of the game as you went. Like there's ones where you like actually write on the board and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm split on this. Like I'm always excited when I get books that have been written in when people have like highlighted stuff. I think that's cool. I'm like, ooh, oh, this is what this person thought was interesting. This is what was important to them. But then I never do it to my own books. Never, ever, ever. Like I'll write other notes. I'll take notes in other books or on my phone or whatever, but I'll never touch pen to paper in a book I own. That idea seems, I don't know, just impossible to me. And I feel like I would have a hard time playing these permanent change type board games too. But I like the idea that they're being played and made. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, this sounds pretty interesting. Sure, sure. Sagrada. Wow, it's like stained glass type stuff, like the Notre Dame main windows type things. Dice drafting. Okay. Oh, okay. Kind of cool. I played another game that was somewhat similar in that you were making like a grid. Um, I think it was called Azul. Yeah, Azul. It was making ceramic floors, ceramic tile floors. Hmm. Yeah, okay. That seems fine. It's very pretty. Imhotep. Whoa, I like the aesthetics of this. It's so like classic. It's like you could see it inside a museum, except for the cardboard parts. Um, okay. Huh. Yeah, okay. Real old world sensibility. New Bedford? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on here, including this bag with a whale on it. I like that. It's a whaling game? Is that what's going on here? Hmm. Yeah, you go whaling. I'm surprised this aesthetic, this theming is okay with people in 2019. Maybe that's why it's struggled to find its audience. I feel like most people don't want to pretend to be a whaler because everyone loves whales. I don't know. It is kind of a compelling story, though. Whaling. It's quite insane. It's like what the heck? How did they do that? The whales were bigger than the boats. Okay, sure. All right, final page. Everdell. There's no indication of mechanics at all here. But we got worker placement, card tableau. I guess that's sort of what they're talking about in that like tree building game as well. That it has to do with the relative positioning of cards you actually place down. I like that. I think that's like a really kind of pretty mechanic. Engine building. Yeah, okay. Your forest creatures, gathering the usual array of resources spent by building cards for your own little cities. This is not different than many other board games I've played. Sure. Players get to choose when to move themselves in the next season. I like that it's seasonal based. I love seasons. I like season type mechanics and stuff. Okay. Takenoko. Okay. I wish they would show actual pictures of what the games look like. They stopped doing that for some reason. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Bamboo stacks and stuff. Kid friendly, these tags suggest. Sure. Great Western Trail. This looks like a mid-90s PC point-and-click adventure cover, right? Did I just nail it? How can I find these? Come on. No. Show me the type that I want. Show me the things that confirm what I'm saying. Well, not Grim Fandango. Not Monkey Island. I love Monkey Island. Well, whatever. You just gotta take my word for it. Why don't they show the board? They had such great pictures in the first part of this list. Now I'm forced to do this. Wow, this looks complicated. Whole lot of shit going on here. Alright. Sure, okay, sure. Gain more and better quality cows. Seven Wonders Duel. Okay, so for a second I was like, wow, I've actually played one of the games on this list. But no, I played several. Oh, it itself appears further up. Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting. Sure. Maybe they do kind of like what's that called? Rochester, sorry, I couldn't pronounce that word. A Rochester style draft? Rochester style drafts are pretty interesting for two players. It's like a Magic the Gathering thing. Yeah, it's not that you're circulating things around. You're each looking at the table and taking turns. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Pandemic Legacy. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, this is Azul. I played this before. Hey, we're actually playing some of these games. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's like you're pulling these piles. These piles like keep accumulating with tiles. You can kind of cut other people off resources strategically by taking piles that that they want. Sure. Splendor. Okay. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at here, but Top row. Okay. Okay. Sure. Castles of Burgundy. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Point salad. Okay. Sure. Sure. There's Wingspan, which I have played. Damn, I've played like quite a few of these games. I'm feeling a lot better. Well, quite a few, like 5. Better than we did on the book list. I never would have guessed that I would do better on the board game list than the book list. Practically perfect in every way. It usually takes under an hour to finish. No, it took us like 4 hours, but I guess we were learning and stuff. Sure. I don't know, I think it's kind of hard to learn. Seven Wonders. Now this game I actually quite love. I've played this quite a few times. Oh, Carcassonne, I've played that a lot too. Yeah, I think card drafting is such an awesome mechanic. I'll play almost any game that has a drafting element. I think it's a lot of fun. Sure. And then we got a bunch of... Ha, this is a joke from Parks and Rec. It's actually one of my favorite jokes in Parks and Rec. It's like a little running thing that Ben Wyatt has built this board game, which is just completely insane and overcomplicated, but he like loves it so much. And when he's like trying to explain it to Leslie, he's like, "I'll just throw this in the dumpster." Obviously, this. Okay. All right, an interesting list. Let's figure out how many I've played. I've played this one, 1, 2, 3. All the ones I played are in the top 10, so that's kind of good. Looks like 3. It looks like I've played 3 games on this list. Well, you know, it's something. Maybe I will play other ones later. I don't know. There's a few more that I had heard of. Okay, what are my favorite board games of the 2010s? How do I find this out? Let's just name some board games that I enjoy playing and see if they came out in the 2010s. Telestrations! When did this come out? See, the thing is, we don't really actually play this game. There's like scoring rules and stuff, but I've never done that. It's just fun. It came out in 2009. Okay, never mind. What about Codenames? $2015. Okay, I think Codenames is probably my favorite board game of the 2010s. Maybe if we all board games. Can I restrict it by when it came out? I guess we can just like look. This is like the gigantic, super heavy one that comes in like a big briefcase looking thing, or more like a suitcase. Okay. There's Terraforming Mars, we saw on that list, and Pandemic Legacy. My friends really like this one. Apparently it takes hours and hours to play, so I haven't played it. Sure. Agricole I've played. Oh, that's 2009. What other board games have I played? Come on, there must be some. Yay, Codenames! Nice, 64th, cool. I love this game so much. I think it's like so deep. Can get so good. It's like kind of problematic though because you get good with a specific team. You get good playing with specific players and like learning how they think of it and stuff. Such that if you are playing Codenames with Cards Against Humanity cards, that's pretty funny. It's like almost becomes unfair. You just get way too good with specific people. Like among my friend group, there's certain combos that are banned, which I think is pretty funny. But it's like I don't know. You can take it to super competitive levels. I think like the ultimate form of this game is of course memorizing all of the cards, categorizing them with like 5 or 6 different numbered qualities, and then all people say is just like 7, 9, 312, and then the other people have memorized exactly what permutation of cards that means. In fact, though, to do this, I did say the ultimate form, I didn't say the ultimate human achievable form. There's so many possible permutations that you would need numbers up to, like, quintillions, probably. Crokinole! What? Dude, I love Crokinole! I played this all the time up at my cottage. What is with this edgy board? My god, who wants to play Crokinole on a skull? You, like, flick the things into the middle. That's it. That's so simple. I guess I should have explained how Codenames works, too. Whatever. You can look it up on your own. Here, look. You just flick it. Try to get it into the middle. It's so much fun. This list is surprising. Crocodile? What? And then, of course, most of these I've just never heard of. Alright, yeah, I guess that's that. Don't expect a end-of-decade list for board games from me. I think I had a hard time coming up with, like, just a few entities. Oh, Sushi Go! I played that. When did that come out? 2013. It's pretty fun. I guess I'd put it on my list. I probably could come up with, like, 10 or something to make a list out of. Well, what else have I played? Citadels? No, this definitely came out before 2010, because I can remember playing it before 2010. Yeah, 2000. I like this game. Love Letter? 2012? This is kind of Citadels-esque. I guess I would put this. Yeah, I like this game. Oh, there's one where you're, like, journeying across Japan. That was nice. It wasn't, like, super in-depth, but it was fun, and you get to feel like you're playing to your personal aesthetic. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just give up. Board games are too hard a medium. Bye-bye.